Welcome to Effective Immediately. It's your favorite homegirl, Gina Views. If you see me fangirling out, it's because the blueprint, a mood board for so many of us, is in the building. Maya, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
It's so crazy that you're here because Halloween just passed.
Yes.
And I'm one of those people that's like all about giving people their flowers while they can smell them.
Aww.
So in 2022, you inspired my Halloween photo shoot.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. I love it. You're a brave lady.
Well, I was kind of trying to keep it rap, so
Right.
it ended up being rap lyrics. You know, like that was why I did it. But super iconic.
Fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody do that one yet.
No,
Mm-mm.
so somebody just did your best of me look.
Yeah,
for
that
this
was popular.
Halloween. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen it yet.
No,
Mm-mm.
I have it. I have it somewhere. I have. Oh,
I missed
let me
this
see.
Halloween.
Yes, look.
Oh, wow.
Let me make it bigger for you.
The white backdrop and everything. Oh, nice.
Yeah, shout out to my girl Beard Nick.
That's on point.
Yeah, definitely freaking iconic. That look is iconic. I do want to talk about that in a little bit. But those covers, the King magazine covers, still inspiring the girlies today.
Word.
How do you feel seeing your influence still like Maya, you in that era, the early 2000s, the late 90s? How do you feel still seeing that influence in the generations today?
That's crazy because I never even connected the dots. I really didn't. I don't ever take credit for that. You know?
No?
That's like a whole subculture of other things going on. But, you know, that was in my Love is Like Whoa era.
Yes.
Popping that smack and being my cocky self.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a whole vibe during that era in 2003, coming out of my shell.
When you look back at those, like the magazine covers from like back in the day, which is like the actresses or the female musicians, and you guys embody confidence and sex appeal, but in such like a tasteful way. How do you think those covers back then represent today for the females, the influencers, the artists, and things like that? Like, what do you think the impact, or do you think that you guys impact?
I'm not sure. I don't even know if they've seen them because it's like really far.
Well, we're not supposed to see them.
Right. The age gap.
We aren't supposed to see them.
I think it's an attitude, honestly. And when you are, I think, connected to hip hop in any way, there's an edge, or just being a woman and wanting to step into all of you, not just one component of you, or being safe. You sort of step out there on a limb and embrace all aspects of you, even the sexy, and as bold and confident and cocky as you can. And a lot of that gets probably more visibility and paid attention to above and beyond anything else, even philanthropy. And it stands out, you know. So I embrace all of that. I never shy away from her. I love her. You know, it's an attitude.
Yes.
And of course, in that phase in your life, you cute. You enjoy being cute. You enjoy being fly. You enjoy teasing.
Yeah.
But also, you know, embracing what you got, because it doesn't last forever, and flaunting it.
Yes.
You know, so I embrace that era of me. Whoever it's inspired, I'm not exactly sure, but I wasn't the first, and I'm certainly not the last.
I do think though, you would know better than I would, but I feel like during that time, just when I even go back and see the people that was on the cover, like a Melissa Ford, or I forget her real name, but Tony from Girlfriends, she did a couple of covers, Ashanti. I feel like, I don't know for sure how it was, and you can let me know, but it kind of seemed like you guys were celebrated in a more respectful way than the quote unquote like IG models and things are, you know, of today's time. But I feel like the way that you guys did it so tasteful that you are responsible for the way that women are celebrated today when it's respectful. if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not raunchy. You guys didn't do anything raunchy.
From the beginning of time, women have been beautiful, and a lot, of eyeballs tend to go that way because women are just so beautiful to look at. First of all, and the power and the functionality of what a woman's body is able to do is fascinating. And then you mix it with culture and eras and times and music and attitude and lyrics. A lot of things can be, I would say, accented or accentuated just by aesthetics. And, you feel it a little bit more with a visual. So I'm proud of it. It was a time to be alive. And it was also maybe less accessible because it was on print. We didn't have the digital phase or age back then. And so it was like a moment when something would drop. And who's next? We would look forward to those things. And, we would have trainers or like be working out for the cover. It was a moment to be considered for that, kind of like Sports Illustrated way back in the day. So, but it was for our culture.
What did those covers mean then? Was that one of those things that it meant like you submitted in a game if you got a King magazine cover or just like a magazine cover in general? Was that one of those things that would define your career?
It wouldn't define your career, I would say, because there's so many aspects to a career.
Right.
But, there's an aesthetic and appeal, a likability, a confidence, depending on what phase you are in your life as a woman. And that's the type of time I was on in 2003 when I did that cover. Even what I was talking about, it fit within the realm of course, promoting the music and the message of my love is like, wow. And that had nothing to do with being safe. It was a very unsafe record.
Yeah.
Especially as a female and an R&B female. We were singers, So to talk my stuff, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Yeah, you can cuss.
To talk my shit and accentuate that with a visual. You become the talk of the town. And I was also saying a lot in that interview, too. No holds barred. So that's, I think, what that represented for us, to be you. With no rules, no ceilings, no boxes, and lean more into your sensuality, your sexuality, and feel like that bitch.
Yeah. And that's going to be my next Instagram caption. Because sometimes you kind of scared to push the envelope or like you kind of I'm like tomboy, but then I like to do like the little like that, like what I just showed you and stuff. But for some people they're uncomfortable with it's like, no, you're supposed to be the rap girl, you supposed to we used to seeing you with baggy clothes and stuff like that. But that's even like literally doing the cover. When I redid your cover, it made me feel like, oh, this is confidence, this is sex appeal. This doesn't mean that you're a hoe. No, this doesn't mean anything raunchy. It's just confidence.
Yeah,
and like you said, it's
swimsuits to lingerie. If that's honest for you at that time in your life, and you're cool with it, it's definitely turning a lot of heads. Yes. And the labels love the talk of the town, and it's pushing sales and all kinds of other things. So nobody made me do it. I actually wanted to do it at that time in my life because I was coming of age and a real woman by that time in my career. And grown, yeah. I'd pay the dues, and I was leaning more into that in my real life anyways. Yeah.
Okay, now, you mentioned the lyrics. I'm a super hip-hop fan. So as a hip-hop fan, I have to know, how did Maya feel when she heard Dreams by The Game?
I didn't think anything of it, honestly. I thought every man has the right to fantasize and have a dream. Martin Luther King had a dream, but he just had a different kind.
Martin Luther King had a dream. It's crazy.
He had a different kind of dream. We're all entitled to having dreams.
So it was more of it was an honor. It was more of an honor rather than being offended.
I'm never offended.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
Did you and Game ever have a conversation about it?
No, I didn't have a conversation about that with Game. I had a
Really?
conversation with somebody else that lied.
Tell us the
But
lie.
no, that's old news, and I won't get into that these
Okay,
days.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I want to get into some more old stuff because I'm a fangirl of Maya. Rugrats. I feel like people are so sleep on. Take me there. I want to go there.
What year were you born?
I'm a 90s baby.
90s baby?
Yeah.
You were
Yes.
5.
Yes.
That's cute.
Sitting here thinking about
Aww.
yesterday. It take me back to my childhood. So that's another reason why I'm just so
So
honored to
that's
sit here and
really
talk to
special.
you. Yes, I love the
Yeah.
song.
Did you like the cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rugrats is my favorite cartoon. Do you mind if you could just take us back to that moment creating that
Oh
song?
my goodness. Yes, I was actually in LA with Teddy Riley in a very small studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I was cutting at night with him and a songwriter named Tamara Savage. I think laid down the demo. And I started with the backgrounds and then ended up doing the leads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Blackstreet was already on the record, but I heard the final product later on.
Mm-hmm.
I was not in the studio with them. I was just in the studio with Teddy Riley, cutting that record. And then I heard the final product probably like a couple weeks later. And then the video concept came through. I flew in to LA one night from somewhere and had to learn the choreography really late at night with the girls on the set.
Mm-hmm.
And we filmed the next day. Yeah.
You learned the choreography on the set.
On the set the
Is
night before we shot.
Is that regular or is that?
No, because it was, well, no, it's not really regular. We usually get into a dance studio, but because they had to build everything, I'm sure they wanted to do it the night before to maximize time because music videos by the hour are very expensive. And so we actually rehearsed on set while they were still building. And I learned all the choreography there the night before we shot
Wow.
the music video.
Great video.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun.
If I could take you back one more time.
Okay.
What is, I'm sure you've answered this question dozens of times, but I've always thought that Best of Me Part 2 was just a remix. And then there's just a version without Jay-Z. I didn't realize that there was a version with Jadakiss, and it's actually slow. It's a slower version of it.
So Swiss Beats and I, Teron Beal, Jimmy Cozier, we were all in the studio listening to beats with Swiss. And I picked that record with the track. And we wrote to it. He was like, oh, this belongs to DMX. I was like, so we could write another record to it. And it ended up becoming his very first R&B record. And, he was with Rough Riders and really didn't work with too many R&B artists. So I snatched the beat and wrote about something that I thought was really important at the time for Fear of Flying. And it was my very first street single. My introduction into that era. By the way, it just turned 25 this year. So
congratulations.
Featuring Jadakiss. Thank you. Yeah. And I really like that record when I'm performing with my band. And the remix, I like in the clubs, that type of atmosphere.
I love the way that you come in immediately after he says holla, Jay-Z. It was just like perfect timing.
Oh.
I feel like he said holla and you lips side telling me yes. How did the second part come about?
Oh, part 2 came through, back in the day, we would do remixes for everything. Sometimes it was over the same beat and just add somebody as a feature. But the first one already had a feature. We wanted to go nostalgic with it because that initial beat is like a classic hip hop beat. Biz Markie, I think, was one of the first to do that. And it was like.
You just taught me something.
And it was replayed so many other times, and other songs were like written over it before. And in Caribbean culture, that's called a rhythm. But this was classic hip hop. And even Mary J. Blige has done something to that, or like elements of that beat are incorporated all throughout hip hop. Anyhow, Track Masters and I got in the studio. This girl named Makeda Davis, she's from North Carolina. She was a part of Groove Theory at the time. And she came in and wrote some lyrics based off of the original concept. And then we kind of like collaborated. I laid the song down like 2 hours and add some harmonies. That's kind of it. And then Jay-Z was in a different studio when he laid his part. And then we're in Malibu, California, shooting the video. It was like the shortest music video I've ever shot in my life. Total of 6 hours. Yeah, it was a very short video with hair, makeup. And June Ambrose came through and created something so dynamic, cultural, nostalgic, the Jersey dress. And it was sold all across these stores in New York and everywhere in the hood, you know.
Yeah.
So she really did her thing, that big number, creating that moment for me.
Please
through
tell
fashion.
me. Yeah. Mood board. Blueprint. You're literally a trailblazer.
June Ambrose is responsible for that, not me.
Please tell me you still have it.
I have renditions of it.
Where you gave it back to wardrobe?
I can't remember what I did with it. I have like so much stuff from the era. I have yet to even go through. My mom saves everything, so I'm sure I still have it. I still have the All About Me outfit, Moving On outfit, so I know it's in there somewhere.
It would be so nice to see you recreating like some of your looks.
No, I did, and I rocked it in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh,
I think like 2 years ago, 2023.
Yeah, that the dress itself is so nostalgic. Once you wore that, did everybody start doing it afterwards, or were they already popular Jersey dresses?
Oh no, it wasn't a thing until that video came out, and then it popped up in all the boutiques and like the Jimmy Jazz stores in New York City, you know, all the places.
Yeah, you need your credit.
No, I don't take credit for that. It was already a basketball jersey before I turned it into a dress, but I didn't turn it into a dress. June Ambrose is responsible for that in her mastermind.
Yeah.
Iconic.
It's like the way that they say that Fabulous is responsible for like the jerseys and turning them to the back and all of that. We got to give Maya her credit for making the jersey dresses popular.
I rocked it. Yeah. I would still rock it too. It's timeless.
Yeah. They're back in style. Well, 2000s itself is just the 2000s aesthetic and fashion has come back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love it.
Okay, so in light of you joining the Brandy and Monica tour, a clip just resurfaced of you on Twitter, and you're standing on the side of the stage while Monica is performing.
Really?
Yes.
From the tour?
No, you guys were kids.
I would love to see this. Oh, that's Teen Summit. Oh my goodness. That is so beautiful. I love Monica and Brandy.
Do you remember this day?
I don't remember that day. But I was a dance posse member and a posse member on Teen Summit, BET, in 1997 and 98. And Ananda Lewis, rest in peace, was the host with Prince Dejour. And it was a place where teens could discuss all the issues happening in their community. Being a posse member, you got to do segments in front of the camera with the microphone and film and ask questions with the audience. It was like a cool talk show, you know, for the community and kids my age. And they would have performers before 106 and Park popped off. The performers would come in and you would have like your mini little concert. They would do 1 or 2 songs. And as a dance posse member, we got to freestyle behind the artist sometimes if they wanted dancers. And a couple weeks before my very first single came out, I was dancing behind Mobb Deep. And Next. It was hilarious. Yeah, but I will never forget that experience in 97 after I had graduated high school, working at BET and just kind of like getting acclimated in front of the camera.
So you pretty much did media first before music.
Well, I'd always been doing music.
You've always done music.
And, you know, performing. But prior to the introduction as a recording artist to the public, it was Teen Summit, BET in Washington, D.C.
What was your initial career goals? Was it always music?
My initial career goals were all over the place. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a child psychologist. But ultimately, as far as the arts, I wanted to pursue theater in New York City. That's what the goal was. And the record deal came first through an independent label based on Washington, D.C. And I got the opportunity. They had signed Drew Hill and who they launched in 1997, and I followed the year after in 98. And that's where the Cisco collaboration came from my very first single. We were on the same independent label.
Sometimes I wish I was like, could have been outside during that time. It seemed like you guys had way more fun than
it was a lot of fun
we're having.
But the 90s, that whole era, my goodness, gems were dropped. So we witnessed hip-hop fusion with R&B. Mary J. Blige being the first of our era to like do it. If there were somebody before her, she did it in the most major way. Chucky Thompson, so many amazing producers, and they reached back into the 70s with samples and made these amazing records, musical records, edgy, you know, with the drum sounds of the 90s, which were more heavy. And you still have music, you have the samples, so you're bridging generations together, and then you add the hip-hop element on top of it, the fusion, the collaborations. Like, it was a time to be alive and witness all of this. And she was the first really to do that, which is like a staple in our music today.
Yes.
In our culture. It's always R&B and hip-hop collaborations, and it's become global now.
Yeah.
So that was the birthing of that. And then to top that off, the fly factor with fashion being at the forefront in this whole energy and attitude like we talked about earlier, all of that was captured. So it was such an exciting time for Black music and Black culture, and seeing this new fusion being birthed for the first time and it winning and it just being so elevated. It was really great. And songs that made you feel something too.
Yes. At
the same time, she was talking about a lot of heart-wrenching things, you know, and there was joy too because she would dance. The knee pads and the combat boots. It was still fly though, what we were rocking in the streets. Carl Kanai, cross colors, Coochie sweaters, all of that. It was in the music, it was in the visuals. So yes, it was an exciting time to see, hear, witness music.
Yeah. She's definitely one of those ones that makes you relate to scenarios that you've never gone through. Because like your child, I don't have kids, and I never experienced anybody coming and knocking on my door and saying this is your child. But I was a kid singing your child as if I had went through experience. And she said it's your child.
Yeah. With all the pain.
Yeah. But it's funny, I was just talking about this. You guys' time, that era within like the early 2000s and then the 90s in general, or like when R&B, like the era, the timing that you're talking about, y'all have a skill set that I don't feel like a lot of new artists have, where you were able to connect to the listener. And even with like the rappers on those R&B hip hop collabs, I would fall in love with the rapper thinking that they was talking about me. I don't even know this nigga. But it's like it's a certain skill set that you guys have. So I don't know if now that I'm getting older and I'm turning into an old head that I don't like the new music, but y'all just have like it's just a skill that you guys have, a quality that the music had that is lost.
Well, so back then there were a lot of bridges in songs, modulations where you would take the key up and transpose it. Then after the bridge, you know, you got probably a chorus. Sometimes you got a saxophone break, depending on what era you were, you know, in. And then a vamp at the end with a whole bunch of ad-libs and runs and messy ad-libs because it was from a place of passion, you know.
Yeah.
And conviction and crying. And then let's not talk about the music videos with rain and spins.
Storylines, though.
In deserts with leather. They really meant it. A piano.
The waterproof radios. Because how was y'all standing in the rain with the radios and they wasn't electrocuting nobody?
I loved music videos back then. It just made no sense whatsoever. No sense. But they were professing forgiveness or their love. And no shame.
Now, that was in the music videos, but during that time were the men of that era that apologetic, where they was outside crying?
Begging. pleading.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Telling on themselves, apologizing. I know I was wrong, and telling the whole story about it. Take me back. I need you back in my life. I haven't been the same. I haven't eaten, slept, can't breathe. I loved it. Mm-hmm.
These days, they breathing without you. How you out here breathing and living without me?
Oh, no second thought. Yeah. On to my next.
Before you go, if you can just please share.
Yes.
Please share your skin routine, your eating habits, what type of water is you drinking. We need to know. Because you look good.
A lot of things. Sleep is still a struggle.
Okay.
But everybody ages. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely aging in many different ways. And I'm proud of it. I'm glad that you don't see it. But anyhow, age. I don't know how to be aged. That's just something that's a given. As far as skincare, it's probably what I put in my body, because I looked a little older way back in like 2012, 2013, as I look at pictures. Mm-hmm. But I had a different type of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I do a lot more hydrating fruits and a lot more raw foods now. Not everything. While I'm doing processed vegan foods too, but I'll try to incorporate more or less cooked food. Because when you cook food, you destroy a lot of the nutrients and the enzymes, because we overcook a lot of food, and then we're reheating it, and you just lose the nutrition aspect. So the more raw foods, especially hydrating, water-based foods that you incorporate into your diet, plus sea moss, like, your skin will hit a little different. Mm-hmm. So I start there with what I put in my body. And then sleep helps. I use less chemical-based products now. So for makeup remover, I'll use a coconut oil instead of like a whole bunch of chemical.
The harsh like wipes and
all that stuff. And then shea butter is everything. It's life. Hydrating your skin is a natural sunblock versus chemical-based sunblock, So I do a lot more natural stuff. I'm still, in the processed vegan world sometimes, and that's a struggle, especially traveling. Mm-hmm. But more fruits, more vegetables, more water. And what I don't do is liquor. What I don't do is soda and any high fructose corn syrup juices. Mm-hmm. Because
no Capri Suns.
It might look a little different on me at 46 than it would at 25. So I have to be aware of that, and I just pull a lot of stuff out of my life and try to replace it with more healthy things.
Okay, well, you just changed my whole my day-to-day up. I'm doing everything you said. I'm going to play this audio for myself in the morning so I could get my day
just step
started.
Step by step, removing one thing one step at a time, and then you'll see the difference and feel the difference too. My goodness.
Also, congratulations on 25 years of Fear of Flying.
Thank you.
But talk to us about Face to Face. What's next?
Oh, Face to Face. You want to hear about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Face to Face is one of those records. It has a hip hop element to it, and I'm kind of talking my swag, but it's also spiritual. It's God aligned. It's having that conversation, honestly, internally, introspective, knowing that you need to get your mind right. It's giving yourself permission to step away, get it together, assess or analyze yourself in the areas that might be off or might need a little attention, and then going within to either correct those things or just work on you and shutting the world out for a minute to like really get into you and what resonates with the real you.
Self-reflection.
Yes, self-reflection, introspection, wellness, but also swag. I call it my spiritual flex record, because when you do the work and then you step outside. When you step outside, it's a different you, and she's about to be a problem.
So those are one of those affirmation songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You said it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a part of the next album. So the album is done. It's coming in 2026. I'm so excited. Yes.
Can we get any exclusive? Just any, like maybe a feature? Just something. Just give me a little something.
So Joyner Lucas and I did something for his project.
Like, well, speaking of Joyner.
Yeah. No. The video, Never Mind.
Yeah, I saw it.
In exchange, because we're both independent artists, he's on my album.
Okay.
So I haven't said anything about that. You guys heard it first.
Okay.
He's on my album on one of my songs.
I'll keep you a secret.
Mm-hmm. So you got an exclusive from Maya today for the next album. And it'll be my 10th studio album of my career, but also my 10th independent project on my label Planet 9.
Congratulations. Honored to speak to you. It's an honor to be able to talk to somebody of such a legendary status. And like I said earlier, tasteful. Like you're just so tasteful, you so elegant, you so classy.
Aww,
like
so it's you until you get to know me.
Oh, my bad. After hours,
I cut up too. But no, thank you. We keep it cute.
So do you have a date?
I do, but that's not.
No, we're talking about that yet. Okay. 2026. Be on the lookout for next year. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Maya, for chopping it up with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for Hip Hop Nation as well. It's Maya, effective immediately.